And let's see this feminist in a whole list of quote-unquote sexist things. Let's get into it.
I think
I'm gonna be writing down what she said so I can like debunk her points.
are sexist, and I'm not going to elaborate on why, and I'm probably being dramatic on at least like half of them.
At least she's
So if you're a
honest.
guy, please don't get offended by this. I'm not hating on you. I'm just stating some things that I've noticed. Okay, here we go. Number 1, Siri and Alexa having default female names and voices because they're just like a cute little servant, a little assistant for you. I think it's insane that women go through childbirth and labor and pregnancy just to give their child the father's last name. I think it's really weird. This is just my work, at least. I don't know. I can't speak for other people. But at work, when there's a guy, they say, oh, what sports are you into? What hobbies do you like? And then the girl, it's like, are you married? Do you have kids? I think it's weird that it's not socially acceptable to keep your last name when you get married as a girl. Pink tax as a whole. When people tell you, you'll change your mind when you say you don't want kids. Men being so shocked when a woman can throw or catch well. Halloween costumes of pretty much no matter what it is will be sexualized for adult women. Sometimes not adult women. I think it's a little weird that storefronts, at least there's this one particular store, Target, where I live, that have, the storefronts just have tons of pictures of pretty women. Not like erotic pictures, just like tons of women to try to get you into the store. I think it's really weird that I live in Utah, so maybe this is a little different, but I'm considered like really immodest if I wear a shirt that shows, you know, you can see my nipples through it. But it's really fine for men to be shirtless. But I can't even wear something whenever my nipples are visible under a shirt.
You see this one, right? This one always gets me because I'm trying to understand women's Schrodinger's cat with this type of shit. So you want to be able to dress naked, but then you also want to control everybody's behaviors around you being naked. If a man was walking around butt booty naked, people are going to look at him crazy. People are going to be like, what are you doing? Nobody's going to act like it's normal. So if you want to walk around butt booty naked or walk around with your out, you know what I'm saying? You're out. You can't control other people's behaviors if they feel uncomfortable around that. Let's just stop this.
Everyone has nipples, by the way. I think it's weird that if I don't wear makeup, I'm low effort. I think it's weird that when I don't wear makeup, people are like, are you tired? Are you sick?
I don't think
I hate the word bitch.
I don't think a man has ever said that to you when you don't wear makeup. That's women.
If you use the word bitch, like if you're a man. It's different when girls use it. It just is. Religion.
That's sexist, first of all.
So incredibly... I think it's sexist. I think it's...
You see this whole trope of being against... Like being... That's borderline disrespectful what she just did. She could have just said, I disagree with a lot of religions. I hate religion, so sexist. You see, when you do some disrespectful shit like that, I disagree with that. Because if I said, and I quote, I disagree with feminism, fuck that shit, and was openly disrespectful, I would be wrong. This behavior is wrong. Just simply don't, like, I don't understand this infatuation with trying to change religion or like being obsessed with it. They don't fuck with you. Move on.
Really interesting that people call a weak person a pussy, but they call a really strong guy, he has big balls. He has balls of steel. When in reality, it's just the complete opposite. I think it's weird that men will be like on their deathbed when they're like mildly sick. I think it's weird that there's no menstrual leave. I think
men are on their deathbed when they're mildly sick.
Partially ableist when people think it's really funny to act like they don't know who Anne Frank or Helen Keller was. I think it's weird that when a girl really likes something, it'll be like, wow, she's obsessed. She's a fangirl. She's kind of weird. But when a guy really likes something, he's really passionate. I think it's weird that women are so emotional, but...
First of all, Helen Keller and who's she, Marie Antoinette? Nobody gives a fuck, okay? Because if you said to someone who's a random man, Carl Jung, you don't know who Carl Jung is? You're a misogynist. What are we talking about, bro?
Men commit 90% of violent crimes. I think it's weird that history as a whole has blamed Marie Antoinette for all of France's problems instead of her husband, the king, and all the generations of male rulers.
Now, she was causing a lot of problems.
I think the difference between men and women's sports uniforms is sickening and incredibly sexist. I think porn as a whole is pretty sexist. The whole schoolgirl thing, you know, that the fact that schoolgirl is a kink is another one. You know, like those gym pic bros that are like shirtless all the time and they're posting their gym pics. Those are the same guys that will get mad at a girl for not dressing modestly. I think that
You know what I never understand, right? These same women will shame porn, right? But they will never ever shame the women that participate in it. I will never understand. They champion the women. Yes, go be in the video. But they will never ever shame them. Like they shame the industry, but not the woman.
Well, it's not discrepancy. What is this?
Because she said,
irony,
I hate the schoolgirl thing. Shame the woman participating in it.
Types of guys telling girls what to wear is a little bit strange. And on that same note, I think that guys with a high body count wanting a virgin is sexist, and I think it's a little bit pedophilic. That was a small rant. Kind of gave you a bunch there.
So, on the last point, I'm going to start from the top, but let me go to the last point first. So, men wanting a woman that's not a whore while not being a virgin is pedophilic? Did I get that correct? Because let me understand it correctly. Then, if we follow that same logic, a broke woman who wants a rich man is a thief. She's a thief. She's a scammer. She's a thief. She needs to go to jail today. Because, respectfully speaking, men don't want whores, and they biologically want women with less, you know what I'm saying, bodies. Due to history, we didn't know about, but you couldn't do paternal tests in the past thousands of years. Okay, so how did you know it was your child? You found a woman that was not promiscuous, because there was always a whore in the town. In the past, the lower the body count or perceived body count, the higher likelihood that she's not a whore. Okay. So that's why in the past it was always like this, because that was the only way to guarantee paternity, or to a certain extent, of course. But let's start from the top. Siri and Alexa's female voices. The reason why they gave them female voices is because the market just worked better for it, because they come out clearer and they're not on. You know what I'm saying? It's easier. They go by the data. They don't go by your opinions. That makes stupid sense. But you get what I'm trying to say. Women birth babies just to give the dad his last name. Okay. Let me explain something to you real quick. The woman gave birth to the child. The man was the leader of the household in the past whatever amount of years throughout history. The woman knew it was her child because it came out of her. The man openly claimed it as his child by giving it his last name. Okay? And the man was always the leader of the household because the property passed through him. All of that passed through him because we lived in a patriarchal society, because we had to. Because might makes right. Guys get asked sports / hobbies. Girls get married and kids. Like, get asked about married and kids. That's because, historically speaking, the men were outside doing whatever. So they say, what are you doing? And the women were in the home. So they say, how's it going? How's the kids? How's the family? That's not sexist. It's a simple fact of nature. Not socially acceptable for women to keep their last names. I think women actively fight against taking their husband's last names now anyways. I don't know where it's not socially acceptable. I'm trying to understand where. I think it's socially unaccepted to even take the last name now. I think it's looked down upon by a lot of women. They shame you for doing it. Oh my gosh. You're not keeping your last name. You're shaming him, even though it's not even her last name, it's her dad's. Pink tax. Okay. Let's just make something abundantly clear. When they make women's stuff, it takes more for marketing, for other things. It's not, you know what I'm saying? A tax on women is a tax on the product. Okay? And let's not act as though you simply can't buy their male product. Like, what are we talking about? For people that love to say that we're the same, they love to fight against it. You'll change your mind about no kids. Okay, let's stop with this lie saying careers are more fulfilling than having children. Having children is the entire purpose of life. Let's stop this lie of saying, oh, career. No. Having children is the point of life, and that is why it will always be pushed. They will say, oh, when are you going to have kids? You'll change your mind because it's a biological need. You will have a feeling in your body, okay, I want to have a family, I want to have kids. Because that's how you need to be to continue the human race. Let's just stop this. Man shocked when a woman throws or catches well. I wrote this too quickly. I didn't really think about it. Because let's be honest, a lot of women can't. All right, men are averagely stronger. When a woman throws a hefty one, you're gonna be surprised. Let's just stop this. This one's about the Halloween costume thing. Women sexualize themselves. Let's just stop acting like these women walk around like Handmaid's Tales. They sexualize themselves. Nobody forces them to buy the slutty cow. Target storefronts full of pretty women because pretty privilege is real. Prettiness sells. Nobody wants an ugly bitch on a poster. I'm sorry. Nobody's walking into the store if you have a bunch of ugly men or ugly women on the billboard. Nobody's doing it. If we're being real with ourselves. Women can't show through nipples through the shirt, but men can. We are not the same. It's not the same. Men and women are different. Charge it to the game. No makeup. Look, I already said that. Women tell you that. It's bullshit. Men would never ever say that. And makeup is simply... women do it for themselves, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Hate the word bitch when men say it. Okay. So let me understand. So when a woman says bitch, yes, queen. Man says bitch is derogatory. Let's stop this. Let's just stop this. I reject this statement. Behave as such and you get treated as such. We can confirm. Religion is sexist. Religion is not sexist in of itself. Religion is a framework that has stood the test of time and works. You cannot change it to fit you. It just is. If you disagree with it, don't live it. But these type of people bitch about it and want to change it to fit their personal needs. I reject that. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the slang of the oh, he's got balls still. It had everything to do with men are stoic, men were stronger, men were, you know what I'm saying, soldiers in the history. So like, oh, he got balls of steel. And women, let's be honest, they're the weaker sex. If we're being real with ourselves. So they, on average, say, oh, we can confirm this. It had nothing to do with the biological aspect that she tried to add. It has everything to do with slang. Men act as though they're dying when mildly sick. Let's not act like testosterone sometimes doesn't reduce the immune response to certain things. And men at the end of the day, no matter how much you hate them, are human, so they can be sick. Okay, let's just stop that. No menstrual leave. Women fought to join the workforce, okay? Women fought to join the workforce. Nobody forced them except maybe the Rockefellers, okay? If they gave them menstrual leave, companies would fail. Nobody would succeed. At that point, just fire them. Every month you take a week. That's fucking retarded. What are we doing? What? The business is... Bro. Joking, you don't know Anne Frank and Helen Keller. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know who Helen Keller was until like 2 years ago. But I was stupid about history. I'm not gonna deny this. But I don't blame people for not knowing about history. A lot of people don't even know that how many countries are in Europe. Some people think Europe's a country. I don't think it's sexism. I think it's just retardation. Because a lot of people don't get educated nowadays. Girls like things obsessed, but guys like things they're passionate. I think that's just you. I don't really think that's a whole thing. Like, you know, these women, they like to like over exaggerate certain things. The reason why we give the fangirl thing to girls, and let's not act like fanboys not a thing, but fangirls, look at what Justin Bieber was going through when he was a teenager. These bitches were going crazy. Even in the 90s, the flipping Backstreet Boys, these bitches are going crazy. Okay? BTS, these bitches are going crazy. That's why we give them that. They're obsessed. It's genuinely an obsession when it comes to certain boy bands. And then when man, I don't think they say he's passionate. I think they say he's passionate when it's literature and all that. When he's obsessed with the manosphere, they call him a fanboy. They do. Let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves. The reason why people blamed Marie Antoinette is because, first of all, they absolutely scapegoated her. I'm not gonna deny it. She deserved it, though. We can confirm she did fuck up the whole lineage. And let's not act like they didn't blame the kings before them as well. Marie Antoinette did deserve it, though. I'm gonna be real. She did too much. And you're cherry picking one woman as opposed to all of history. Let's just stop this. And nobody says, "Oh, why did they blame Henry VIII? Why didn't they blame?" Stop. Men's and women's uniforms are sexist. I reject that whole statement because in beach volleyball, women get multiple choices. Men get one. Even though the sand and all this is causing problems, there's a reason why men and women have different uniforms, because men and women have different bodies. Let's stop this, please. Born in sexist schoolgirl king. Oh yeah, I already spoke about this, man. Why shame the industry without shaming the participants? You always shame the men in the porn industry. You will never shame the women actively participating by choice. Gym bros post shirtless pics, then police women's clothes. I'm trying to understand why it's so normalized for women to do, you know what I'm saying, the bikini shits. The second a guy does gym like shit, now he's looked down upon. And you're not allowed to take your shirt off in certain gyms as a man. And then certain women, you can see their ovaries. What are we doing here? I reject that. And that's about it. But the thing is, none of this was really about biology. Everything was about really, she feels attacked about, no, I'm saying none of this was about sexism. It's about biology. She hates biology. She wants to be a man, and she can't accept the fact that she's a woman. The game is game, man. Like, what can we do? You know what I'm saying? You just got to charge to the game and accept your responsibilities as a good woman.